Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Superintendent Dr. Maria Karstafen, At-Large Seat 9 and Board Chair, Mr. Jason Estevez, Educational District 6 Board Member and Board Vice Chair, Ms. Ishay Collins, Educational District 1 Board Member, Ms. Leslie Grant, Educational District 2 Board Member, Mr. Byron Amos, Educational District 3 Board Member, Ms. Michelle Olympiadis, Educational District 4 Board Member, Ms. Nancy Meister, Educational District 5 Board Member, Ms. Erica Mitchell, At-Large Seat 7 Board Member, Ms. Candace Wood Jackson, At-Large Seat 8 Board Member, Ms. Cynthia Briscoe Brown, Deputy Superintendent, Mr. David Jernigan, Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Lisa Bracken, Chief Accountability and Information Officer, Mr. Bill Carich, Chief Human Resources Officer, Ms. Sky Duckett, Chief Operations Officer, Mr. Larry Hoskins, Chief Engagement Officer, Ms. Angela King-Smith, Special Assistant to the Superintendent, Ms. Erica Long, General Counsel, Mr. Glenn Brock, Associate Superintendent, Dr. Dan Sims, Associate Superintendent, Dr. Danielle Battle, Associate Superintendent, Ms. Yolanda Brown, Associate Superintendent, Dr. Emily Massey, Associate Superintendent, Mr. Tommy Usher, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, Dr. Olivine Roberts, Assistant Superintendent of Student Services, Ms. Tammy Workman, and Executive Director for Office of Innovation, Ms. Gail Burnett. Ladies and gentlemen, your Superintendent, Board of Education, and District leaders welcome you.
morning. Audience, you may be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Melisha Plummer, the ELA instructional coach, and I would like to welcome you all to the commencement ceremony for the Alonzo A. Crim Open Campus High School Class of 2018. We realize that this day has been anticipated for many years. Our staff and students have worked hard, so together, let's make this occasion one of the finest hours for our students. In order to do this, please place your cell phones and other electronic devices on the off or vibrate setting to ensure that there are no distracting noises or interruptions that'll take away from fully honoring our seniors. Now, would you please stand for the presentation of colors by the Coretta Scott King and Best Academies JROTC, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the singing of the National Anthem by Precious Heflin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
Right wheel, march. Forward, march.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor and pleasure to introduce our Mistress of Ceremony for this program. She's our instructional leader and the visionary for Alonzo A. Crim Open Campus High School. Please help me welcome our esteemed, illustrious principal, Mrs. Dawn Parker.
Thank you, Dr. Plummer, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dawn Parker, the proud principal of Alonzo A. Crim Open Campus High School. Today, we are here to celebrate our seniors, the class of 2018, as they embark onto their next journey in life, onward to new horizons. We would like to ask for your support to help us provide an experience which honors each of them. Therefore, we would like to emphasize that everyone deserves to hear the entire ceremony. as we recognize students individually and collectively. To accomplish this, we need your help. Please avoid from making loud, inappropriate shouting and/or other noises that may prevent a family from hearing their child's name when it's called. So to assist you in releasing some of this excitement, we would like to give each of you the opportunity to recognize all of the graduates. Please stand right now. Clap, scream, shout, yell. Woo! Class of 2018. Woo! Thank you. And you may be seated. I would like to begin by taking this opportunity to recognize the Alonzo A. Crim Open Campus High School family, beginning with the platform guests. To my right, as I call your name, please stand. Associate Superintendent, Dr. Dan Sims. Assistant Principals, Mr. Carter Coleman and Ms. Robin Anderson Davis. Instructional coaches, Dr. Clara Okoka, Dr. Melisha Plummer, and Ms. Riosha Bush. Department chairs, Dr. Stacy Jefferson Oliver, Mrs. Swati Sharma, Mr. James Ligenfelter, Chef Larry Alford, the APS High School Teacher of the Year for 17 and 18, Ms. Adrienne Domes, our Science Chair, College Advisor, Mr. Elamine, our Registrar, Ms. Susie Jones, our Social Worker, Mr. Tatman, and ourselves, Mrs. Dr. Faustina Thompson, our School Counselor and Graduation Coordinator, Dr. Donna Prater, the APS High School Counselor of the Year, and our Assistant Graduation Coordinators, Mrs. Crystal Gilstrap and Dr. Kim Parks. Additionally, I need all of my staff and faculty members here from Alonzo A. Crim to please rise to your seats, your feet. We thank you and we appreciate all of you for the service that you do for our kids each and every day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you our Superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, Dr. Maria Joelle Karstarfin, a graduate of Harvard Graduate School of Education and a native of Selma, Alabama. She is in her 4th year as the district superintendent and brings an impressive record in transformative educational leadership with nearly 25 years of education and experience in diverse major metropolitan public school districts. Under her leadership, Atlanta Public Schools graduation rates have reached 77%, an 18 percentage point increase during her tenure. She credits the hardworking students on this stage, our families, and our educators for this dramatic improvement. Dr. Karstarfin is passionate about leading APS and living its mission every single day for students to be ready for college and career. Please help me welcome our superintendent, Dr. Karstarfin.
When I say Crim, you say Eagles. Crim! Eagles. Crim! Eagles. When I say soar, you say higher. Soar! Higher. Soar! Higher. Welcome as we celebrate this outstanding Crim High School class of 2018. On this day, graduation day, I am so excited as the superintendent. This is the day we're living the mission of Atlanta Public Schools, graduating students ready for college and a career. Our students deserve so much credit for walking across this stage today. And there are many people behind the scenes that we've talked about who worked hard to make sure that Crim is a school in Atlanta Public Schools, that it stays resourced, and that it is a program design that helps students who need a little extra help and a little more flexibility to be able to graduate with a diploma. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because we have an elected school board that sets that vision and mission and policies that allows a school like Crim to exist. Please recognize the chair of that board, Jason Estevez, the vice chair, Ishay Collins, Leslie Grant, and the school board member who represents Crim High School, Michelle Olympiadis. Now, most importantly, there were other people shepherding you along the way, your teachers who have been recognized, your friends and relatives, and of course, your beautiful parents and caregivers and guardians, Crim grads. Give them a big round of applause. Now, they've all been cheering and nurturing you along the way, but there is one person who not only is one of the best principals in Atlanta Public Schools, but was recognized this year by the Atlanta Families for Excellence in Education Awards winners and pushes these students to soar higher. Would you please recognize your principal, Miss Parker? Please stand. Students, give her, yes, thank you. Now, each one of you have your own unique stories. You've persevered, you've overcome challenges, and you are today carving out a bright future for yourself because you're getting your high school diploma. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the man behind the school. His name is Dr. Alonzo A. Crim. He's a huge part of APS, the district, and the city's rich legacy. In 1973, Dr. Crim became Atlanta's school superintendent. In other words, I get the honor of having his job because he was the first African-American superintendent ever hired by a major southern school system. And he served for many years until 1988. When Dr. Crim joined Atlanta Public Schools, he was always known for saying the following. He wanted the school district to be a place where students knew people would care about them. Now, I know that our students here today care about Atlanta Public Schools. I want to tell you a little bit about each of them because they really do honor the legacy of Dr. Crim. In academics, I am so inspired by Trevon Wilson. He's an Achieve Atlanta Scholar. He's completed 2 internships with Winthrop and Parrish Construction Company, and he is ranked #1 in his graduating class and is graduating on time with his cohort. Soar! 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 Destiny Boykin. She is determined to stay on track and is graduating 1 year early and is ranked 2nd in her class. Destiny is headed to Albany State University where she will major in communications. Soar! Imani Wilson. Oh, her story just grabs my heart. She suffered so many personal hardships while living in Kansas, but Atlanta is so fortunate because she moved here in August to start a new life, and she has shined academically at Crim. She is on the honor roll for the very first time in high school during her first and second quarters and is graduating on time with her cohort. Soar! Giselle Richardson. She has succeeded against all odds. While going to school full-time as a single mom is not easy. She completed all of her coursework by the 3rd quarter and was able to begin working full-time in the 4th quarter, and she's graduating on time with her cohort. Soar! Tariq Brown has led the culinary team for the last 2 years. I think I've eaten as much food as anyone would have in a school district under his leadership. He feeds our entire leadership team every month when we come together, and under his leadership, he has led the team to win several, and I mean several, awards in CTAE competitions. Soar! And last but not least, because I can't name everyone, Antoine Farmer. He was able to improve his school attendance while working full-time at UPS so that he could graduate this year. Your school and this graduating class embodies the spirit of caring and hope and love that Dr. Crim wanted for you. Your stories inspire us, and it is rewarding for everyone who's here to support you to be here on this special day. We know that many of you, if not all of you, worked against incredible odds to be a graduate in Atlanta Public Schools for this significant milestone. You've had personal battles, you've had family issues, but you came to Crim facing what we thought were insurmountable challenges, and yet you overcame them. A little bit more about eagles. If you didn't know, in their natural habitat, the eagles love a good storm. When clouds gather, eagles actually get excited. The eagle will catch the wind of the storm on its wings and let the storm and the wind actually carry them higher in the sky, giving them an opportunity to rest their wings. What I want to say to these graduates is what you already know. The world can be a pretty rough place out there, and you will likely continue to struggle. We all do. But don't let that gathering storm deter you. Remember the eagle. Let that churn actually lift you, make you stronger, and let you soar where you belong. Life can be messy, but I am certain that these Crim graduates know how to manage that and how to use all that they've learned and persevered to continue to build a great life. So I say to you, the beautiful Crim Eagles, that I can attest that Atlanta Public Schools loves you and cares about you. And as your superintendent, I will miss you. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Karstarfin. We appreciate your leadership and support of Alonzo A. Crim Open Campus High School. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduation theme is Onwards to New Horizons. On May 17th, at our Visions to the Future program, our students presented Crim of Oz, our own version of The Wiz. During the show, we followed Amani, our Dorothy, and her friends, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and Scarecrow on their journey to this day, their graduation. Here we are a week later. Our intermission is finally over, and we will now proceed with the remainder of our production. So, at this time, please let's welcome the cast. Reflections will be given by Miss Amani Wilson. Our class speakers are Destiny Boykin and Trevon Wilson, and they'll be followed with a poem by Mr. Tariq Brown.
I am Imani Wilson, a proud member of the class of 2018. Many of you are familiar with the hit Broadway production, The Wiz. As you know, Dorothy was in search of her identity, confidence, and higher self-esteem as she traveled through the storm of life and found herself in a strange place called Oz. Like Dorothy, I moved from Kansas City, Missouri, to Atlanta in August of 2017 to enroll in Alonzo A. Crim Open Campus High School, which soon became my Oz. In a different place, in a different time, different people around me. I would like to know of that different world and how different they find me. I am honored as they accepted me as I am. Bold, confident, a proud and ambitious young lady that is determined to be a successful entrepreneur by owning my own hair and nail salon. As you know, Dorothy met some wonderful friends while in Oz. Crim became my Oz. But guess what? I too have met some wonderful and special classmates. I met a classmate who discovered she had insurmountable courage. Like the lion in the Wiz, she conquered her academic fears. She is ranked second in this graduating class. My friend, my sister, Destiny Boykin. The Scarecrow was in search of a brain. Dorothy helps the Scarecrow discover that despite what he thinks, he is the most resourceful and intelligent person she has ever met. My classmate, Trayvon Wilson, is one of the most brilliant minds at Crim. When I needed assistance in math, I called on my friend, my brother, Trayvon. He is ranked first in this graduating class. Destiny, Trayvon, I am very proud of both of you. You're my inspiration and motivation to move onward to new horizons. As we move onward in life, I would like to leave you both with this. Come on in, ease on down the road. Come on in, ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be alone. Come on, ease on down the road.
Thank you, Imani. I'm standing strong and tall. You're the bravest of them all. If on courage you must call, keep on trying and trying and trying. I am a lion in my own way. As the Chicago Bears' great coach Mike Dicker once said, you gotta live in the moment. I don't care what you've done in your life. It has nothing to do with what you're going to do or can do. The past is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. When I was younger, my family warned me not to rush to get older. They would say, Destiny, enjoy your youth, because once you're grown, welcome to the real world. As that saying was instilled in me over the years, I never quite understood what it meant until I attended Alonzo Crim High School, because I had to grow up fast. Instead of looking at it as a problem, I accepted the challenge and rose to the occasion. All of the early mornings and late nights of studying has prepared me for this moment. No one said this road would be easy. There were times when I thought I couldn't do it. There were times when I thought I wasn't good enough, and there were times when people doubted me. They told me I wouldn't finish 19 classes before graduation. However, I was determined, and guess what? I succeeded. Reaching a goal like this has simply proven to me that I can do anything I put my mind to. That's why I am excited about what the future holds. I made a decision to live in the present. I attended class daily and executed my plan one step and day at a time. If ever I felt frustrated or discouraged, I would focus my energies on looking onward to new horizons as I completed each class. I never looked back, and I know that's why I'm standing here with you all today and able to say, my future looks bright. Like the lion in the Wiz, I found my courage. Additionally, I have been accepted into my dream school, Albany State University. As the African proverb says, it is to eat the elephant one bite at a time. Those 19 classes were my elephant and tasked for me to consume them one step at a time. I met with my counselor, Dr. Donald Prater, and we laid out a plan to consume a steady diet. I stand here today a few pounds heavier, not in body weight, but in my mind, knowing that I have achieved the goal that once seemed impossible. Classmates, as we leave here today as high school graduates, I leave you with a quote from President Barack Obama. With fixed eyes on the horizon and God's grace upon us, we carry that great forth of freedom and deliver it safely to our future generations. Alonzo Crim, class of 2018, we see over our horizon. Now, to my dear brother, Trayvon Wilson, not only are you ranked #1, but you are the only Atlanta Achieve Scholar scholarship winner of class of 2018. I salute you.
Destiny, this journey has not been easy. There were times where I carried a heavy load while traveling down the road of opportunity. When the late Michael Jackson played the Scarecrow in the Wiz, he sung these words. People keep saying things are going to change, but they look just like they're staying the same. You can't win, get over your head, and you only have yourself to blame. You can't win, child, you can't break even, and you can't get out the game. I decided if I had to stay in the game, I'm determined to win. Basketball legend and entrepreneur Michael Jordan once said, obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run to a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. I had to learn not to allow my obstacles to control my life. As I reflect over my life and all the obstacles that I have overcome, one of the most challenging obstacles that I faced was self-doubt. What brought about this self-doubt? Let me tell you my story. I was raised by a single mother. I have 2 younger siblings, and I had to take on a lot more responsibilities to help my mother. I had more household chores and more responsibilities than my peers. However, this also made me more focused on my schoolwork. I started school at C.L. Giddens Elementary from pre-K through 1st grade. Then I transferred to Burgess Peterson Academy from 2nd through 5th grade. My grades became very good. My work ethic became stronger. I studied very hard and was on the AP honor roll. My 2nd grade teacher, Miss Carolyn Reese, was my mentor and a second mother to me. She taught me a lot in school and gave me great advice to get ready for middle school. My middle school years was not the best years. Unfortunately, I was not the best student in math in middle school, especially in my 8th grade year, the transition year. Thus, my CRCT math test scores reflected that I might not be ready for 9th grade algebra. I was lacking a lot of math skills to be successful in 9th grade, and it was suggested I be retained in the 8th grade. Then here comes my hero, my mama, Miss Shamon Robinson. My mother enrolled me into Alonzo Crim Open Campus High School as a freshman. I was totally against it. She said that Crim would have smaller classes and teachers were able to focus directly on my skill levels to help strengthen me. Crim offered 3 career pathways: engineering, culinary arts, and construction. I decided to take the construction route under the guidance of Mr. Elder. I fell so in love with the construction program, learning how to build picnic tables, fixing furniture, carpentry, and etc. As I completed all my courses for construction, I was blessed with two internships on the actual construction site. Mr. Elder, thank you for being my mentor and for guiding me at Crim. Most importantly, thank you for being there for me and helping me to decide my career choice. I plan to attend Atlanta Technical College and major in construction management. After I finish Atlanta Technical College, it is my goal to transfer to Georgia State University to earn my degree in computer science. I'm grateful for the entire staff of Crim for helping me to become a better young man and for creating programs to help the needs of the alternative kid. To Mrs. Parker, our principal of Alonzo Crim Open Campus High School, or the Glinda of the Good Witch of Second Chances, as we call it at our Visions program. Thank you for the second chance and for believing in us. To all administrators, instructional coaches, office staffs, teachers, support services, cafeteria workers, and paraprofessionals, thank you for going the extra mile every day to prepare us for this global competitive world. Dr. Starfin, it is my honor to announce that the entire Alonzo Crim Open Campus High School Class 2018 is college and career ready, and we are onward to new horizons. Crim forever.
I am Tariq Brown, and I had the honor of playing the Tin Man in The Crim of Oz, our version of The Wiz, and I would like to dedicate this poem to my class. If you think you'll lose, you've lost. For out in this world, we find that success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you've outclassed, you are. You have to think high to rise. You have to be sure of yourself before you ever win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but the class who wins is the class that think they can.
Thank you, Imani, Trevon, Destiny, and Tariq, for such touching words. We appreciate all that you have done to represent Alonzo A. Crim so respectfully. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask our assistant principals, Mr. Coleman and Ms. Anderson Davis, at this time to please come to the podium to help with awards and recognition.
Good morning. We are ready to acknowledge our seniors for their various awards of excellence. Dr. Kostafan, Mr. Estevez, Ms. Epianis, and Dr. Sims. Please join Ms. Parker center stage for presentations of our honor roll students, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Cup, the Principal's Eagle Awards, and the Justin Barner Principal Eagle Award. Now, the following seniors have earned a cumulative GPA of 80% or higher and have been named as our honor students. Destiny Boykins is ranked number 2 in the class for 2018. Please come forward. Trevon Wilson is ranked number 1 in the class. Please come forward. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution Cup is given to a student in recognition of outstanding academic achievement and leadership skills. The 2018 Atlanta Journal-Constitution Cup recipient is Trevon Wilson. The Principal Eagle Award is presented to students who have persevered against odds and who have shown outstanding character, leadership, and academics. The 2018 Principal Eagle Award recipients go to the following seniors: Zakiya Ragland, the second recipient, Imani Wilson. The top Principal Eagle Award is named in honor of a former student, Justin Barner, a 2011 graduate of Crim High School. He lost the battle with cancer and transitioned into a new life several months later after graduation. Before his ultimate death, his untimely death, he was determined to finish high school. He never gave up his dream. He worked very hard to pass all of his classes, and at that time, the Georgia High School graduation test. This year, we have a student who has the same determination and the willpower to never give up their dream. The Justin Bonner Awards winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 winner is Giselle Richardson. As the recipient of this award, Giselle will also receive a book scholarship. Thank you, Dr. Kostofan, Mr. Estevez, Dr. Sims, for joining Ms. Parker for the presentation of the awards. Thank you.
Our vision ceremony of the future was held on May 17th, recognizing our seniors for their hard work and dedication in academics, character, and leadership. Seniors, will you please stand to be recognized if you received an award at the Vision's Future ceremony for your accomplishments in academics, character, and/or leadership? Thank you, and you may be seated. 75 hours of community service is part of the graduation requirement for all students in Atlanta Public Schools. We have 4 students who have exceeded this expectation by completing 100 hours or more. Will the following students please stand to be recognized? Imani Wilson, Chastity Quartermain, Zakia Ragland, Tariq Brown. Thank you. You may be seated. Additionally, we have 1 student who has completed over 400 hours in community service. Will Renaria Mincy please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. We would like to acknowledge students who gave blood to the American Red Cross. Will you please stand? Thank you, and you may be seated. We would like to acknowledge our students that will be attending college in the fall. Will you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. We would like to acknowledge our pathway completers. Will you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. We would like to acknowledge our students that are enlisted in the military. Will you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. We would like to acknowledge our students that are registered to vote. Will you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. We would like to acknowledge our students who have already joined the workforce. Will you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. We would like to acknowledge our student who is receiving the Achieve Atlanta Scholarship. Will you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. We would like to acknowledge the recipients of the Piney Grove Baptist Church Scholarship. Will you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Please join me as we give all of our seniors another round of applause for their continued commitment to excellence in their education. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman and Ms. Anderson Davis, for your assistance. I salute each of our recipients for their achievements and accomplishments at Visions and on this morning. Congratulations. This time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to read a letter to my graduating class of 2018. Dr. Mae Jemison, the first African-American female astronaut, states, "Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations." There have been many people with limited imaginations who've attempted to define you. which often has led to misjudgment. What they lack is a true introspection into each of your lives. They have not taken the time to intimately get to know your story. They don't know what excites you, what frustrates you, what makes you happy, nor what hurts you. They do not know where you have been, and they truly do not know where you're going. As I reflect on your stories, Crim's stories, my heart weeps. Thinking about how lonely you must have felt hiding and or sleeping inside of a school or on the streets or moving from couch to couch without a true place to call your home. Thinking about the tears your heart has poured out when you felt depressed and emptied, when your anger consumed you and you felt for so many different reasons like you were fighting against the world alone. When tragedies have attempted to take away your joy, you never gave up. Reflecting upon these situations are hard for me as your principal to have witnessed, so I know that the pain that I have caused to reemerge within you and ask for you to reflect upon appears at times to be a black hole that may swallow your soul. However, we are here to remind you today and tomorrow to never forget your past. Never forget the pains, the struggles, the obstacles, the challenges that you have faced, for these are the robust, the resilient, the indestructible roots representing your triumphs, your perseverance, and your courage. Your roots are the pillars upon which you stand in this moment called graduation. Those people with limited imaginations looking from the outside in never saw this day coming for you. However, everyone in this room did. You are here today to prove them wrong. Not only have you made it to this day, all of you have finalized plans for a better tomorrow. Albany State, Denmark Technical College, Atlanta Metropolitan College, Atlanta Technical College, Kaiser University, the United States military, and the workforce. Get ready. The graduating class of 2018 is on its way. And although this signals the closing of Chapter 1, high school at Crim, it is going to never be the end of our relationships that we have built together, and it will continue after you pass on into Chapter 2 and the many chapters to come. Crim will always be here for you. While each of you turn the page to Chapter 2, onward to new horizons, without limits, remember, the only person who can define you is yourself. Others do not have the right nor the privilege to narrate your story. You are your own author. Be proud, be happy, and be magnificent in all that you do. Sincerely, your Glenda Good Witch from the Oz and the rest of the Crim family. I love you guys. Now, ladies, it's the moment and gentlemen you've been waiting for. The highlight of this morning. The audience, again, is respectfully asked to refrain from catcalls, loud noises, taking pictures and other behaviors that may distract us from fully recognizing each and every one of our honoring graduates right now. As principal, I am certifying that these candidates for graduations have completed all of the requirements of the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education and are now eligible to receive their diplomas. Will our board members, with Superintendent Dr. Karstafen, Dr. Dan Sims, and assistant principals, please step forward to help us assist in the presentation of the diplomas.
As I announce the candidates, audience, again, I ask that you refrain from behavior that will distract from honoring our candidates with dignity and respect. Therefore, Please hold all applause and catcalls until all diplomas have been presented. Brittany Burke. Chancellor Jemison. Robert Foster. Abishar St. Just. Ellis Gray. Tynesha Naji. Jamali Forrest. Royce Cobb. Precious Heflin. Chastity Quarterman. Zykia Ragland. Michelle Clark. Paris Williams. Justin Williams. Giselle Richardson. Clarence St. Just. Jokethia Butler. Kentavis Stills. Renaria Mincy. Kiera Payne. Imani Wilson. Shataja Johnson. Trayvon Wilson. Destiny Boykin. Shaquilla Smith. Bernicia Harmon. Tariq Brown. And Jemiah Willingham.
Thank you. Almost there. Almost there. Seniors, there's one more step before you're declared graduates. Parents, guardians, family, there's one more step. I would like to extend the opportunity for Ms. Michelle Olympiadas, Seat 3, Atlanta Board of Education, to come forward and certify our graduates.
Class of 2018, your principal, Mrs. Parker, has verified that you have completed all the requirements set forth for graduation by the state of Georgia and the Atlanta Board of Education. By the power vested in me by the Atlanta Board of Education, I hereby certify you graduates of the class of 2018.
Crim forever.
Audience, I present to you the graduating class of 2018 of Alonzo A. Crim Open Campus. Onwards to new horizons.